Welcome to a new video which is about limits of trigonometric functions. This video is the second part of the topic. If you did not watch the first part, you can take a look at it from my channel. If this is your first time here and if you want to support this channel, don't forget to subscribe, click on the bell to turn on the notifications to be aware of the upcoming videos. We have a lot to cover, so let's get started. Okay guys, here we already learned the first two properties about limits of trigonometric functions, and we have three more properties here. In the first one, we have when x goes to 0, sine of ax divided by sine of bx is equal to a divided by b. Actually here we are just benefiting from the formula that we already learned in the first part of the video, which was limit when x goes to 0, sine x divided by x, and that is 1. So here what we do is, if we just multiply the numerator by 1 divided by x and denominator by also 1 divided by x, then we're going to have a similar situation. So from the numerator we're going to have a, from the denominator we're going to have b, so the result is going to be a divided by b. In a similar manner, we can conclude that tangent of ax divided by tangent of bx is also equal to a divided by b. As you can see, these are the coefficient of x values. And here in number 5, we do have a similar thing. If you combine 3 and 4, and then you can easily get that Peirce formula where when x goes to 0, sine of ax divided by tangent of bx is equal to a divided by b. If you look at our first example, it says when x goes to 0, what is the value of sine 120x divided by sine 3x? All we need to do is just look at the coefficients of x values. Okay, so we're going to have 120 divided by 3, which is 40, guys. So in A, the answer is 40. In a similar manner, if you look at the coefficients of x values here, okay, 20 divided by 5, which is going to be 4. Here, there is one thing that is extremely important, and which is when x goes to 0, there is a must that we should have in the limit, guys. And if you look at the third case in C, when x goes to 0, what is the value of sine of 6x divided by tangent of 2x? Again, here if you look at the coefficients, we have 6 divided by 2, which is 3, guys. And this is our next question, and it says limit when x goes to 0, what is the value of sine of 3x squared divided by x times tangent x? Here, that square is the degree of sine, guys. So we can write this expression as limit when x goes to 0. We can write sine 3x times sine 3x divided by x times tangent x, guys. And in the next step, what we can do is limit when x goes to 0, sine of 3x divided by x times limit when x goes to 0, we can write sine 3x divided by tangent x. So we have two limits here. From the first one, we see that it is already 3. Why? Because this is 1 here, and then we have 3 here. Or what you can do is, you need to make those same. How? Put here 3, and then put here 3. So in the next step, this 3 comes in front of it, so it's going to be 3 times limit when x goes to 0, sine of 3x divided by 3x. And now as you can see, denominator and the degree of sine is the same. So from whole of this part, we're going to have 1, guys, times, this is already, as you can see here, okay, we need to look at the coefficients of the angles if there is sine and tangent. In sine we have 3, in tangent we have 1. So from here, we're going to have 3 also. So I'm going to just put here 3, and then that part is already 1, as I said. So it's going to be 3 times 1 times 3, and the final answer is going to be 9, guys, in this case. And let's take a look at the next example. Okay, in this question, again, we are asked to find the value of this limit. We can write the whole term as limit when t goes to 0, tangent t times, instead of second, I'm going to write 1 divided by cosine, guys. So I'm going to put here 1 divided by cosine 2t. This is 2t divided by 3t, guys. In the next step, I'm going to have limit when t goes to 0, tangent t divided by cosine 2t divided by 3t, guys. So we're going to have from here limit when t goes to 0, tangent t divided by cosine 2t times 1 divided by 3t, guys. Okay, we can write it in this form. So in the next step, we're going to have limit when t goes to 0, tangent t divided by, I'm going to put 3t here, okay, because I can switch those. This is a multiplication. You can think that they are all in the denominator part, times cosine 2t. And tangent t times 1 is going to be tangent t in the numerator. So I don't have to put anything else in the numerator. And that is going to be equal to, guys, if you consider this part, tangent t divided by 3t. This is going to be already 1 divided by 3, guys. So from here, we're going to have 1 divided by 3 times, and then if you put 0 instead of t, we're going to have cosine 0 in the denominator. Cosine 0 is going to be what? 1. So I'm going to put here 1, guys, because cosine 0 is 1. And that is going to be equal to 1 divided by 3 as an answer, guys. So the result of this question is 1 divided by 3. And let's take a look at our last question. Okay, guys, this is our last question in this video. We have a little complicated question. It seems difficult, but actually it's not. There is one thing that we should do, and that's it. If we multiply both numerator and denominator by 1 divided by x, guys, times 1 divided by x, and the question is going to be much more easier. And then we're going to have limit when x goes to 0, guys. So I'm going to have x plus sine of 3x divided by x squared plus tangent 4x divided by x, guys. And in the next step, limit when x goes to 0, I'm going to separate them, okay, one by one. What I mean is I'm going to have x divided by x plus sine of 3x divided by x squared divided by x plus tangent 4x divided by x, guys. And that is equal to limit when x goes to 0, x divided by x is 1. So I'm going to have 1 plus, I'm going to have sine 3x divided by x, guys, divided by x squared divided by x, which is going to be x left over, plus tangent 4x divided by x, guys. And now if you apply a limit here, okay, then we're going to have this one is going to be 1 already. It's a constant number, okay? So we're going to have 1 from here plus sine of 3x divided by x when x goes to 0 is 3, guys. We're going to have 3 from here. In the denominator part, from that x, we're going to have 0 because x is going to 0. So plus from this part, tangent of 4x divided by x, still we're going to have 4 from here, okay? So the final answer is going to be 1 plus 3, which is 4, divided by 0 plus 4, which is 4. So the final answer is going to be 1, guys, in this case. We can increase the number of questions here, but more or less the questions will be similar to these that we have learned. And if you grasp the properties that we learned in those 2 videos, I believe that you can solve the relevant questions as well. If you have any question, you can put them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and hopefully see you in the other video.